My name is Julius Cvesar. I am a barber of 17 plus years.
I'm Sophie Staygold. For the last 10 years, I've been able to travel the world and share my experiences.
I'm Miguel, also known as the Nomad Barber, a traveling barber, filmmaker and photographer from Liverpool in the UK.
What makes Statement Grooming Goods a very unique project is simply one word: it's disruptive.
When you have three different people with three different mindsets and styles and you put us together in a room and be able to create something from scratch in terms of smells, how it looks, how it feels.
Felt like something new that we could really do for our industry.
We were able to really join this when it was just simply an idea. It was so crazy walking into that room, and it was just like a laboratory, right? There was like all these magazines and little balls of fragrances and mood board things to create on. It was like super overwhelming.
We really put everything into this.
All of us have worked really hard in testing out so many different materials, performance, scents.
What's the packaging? Is there attention to detail?
And we were so particular about how we wanted to look, how we want the labels to sit. We don't want to crease here, we don't want to crease there. All these little challenges is what's kind of made the product range what it is now.
All of us are still working barbers. It's very tried and true.
Because we've all put our minds together and created different types of products, it's not your typical barber range.
We wanted to make sure that everything was at the best quality possible.
It's barber and it's editorial and it's everything in between.
So it's basically for everyone, and that's what we try to represent within the brand campaigns as well, using different people with different hair, different ethnicities, different looks, you know, even different genders. So I think that's what makes our product line special.
To make a statement, that's like almost putting a stamp on something. It's your conviction, it's your commitment, it's what you stand behind.
If I had to describe Statement in 3 words, it would be creative, custom, and strong.
And that's my statement.
That's my statement.
That's my statement.
Are obviously our shampoo and conditioner right here, okay? What I really like about this daily shampoo and conditioner, not only does it be really light on the hair, but what I really like about it is the aroma and the scent that you have in here. Almost, what I find it to be very important is essentially like when you are in the shop and you want to be professional and you want to create that client experience. Not only are you washing your hair to clean out all the dirt and grime and grit so you can have a smooth canvas to cut on, whether it be scissor work or clipper work, but also it just preps the hair to have a good clean scent for an overall decent experience throughout the haircut. We also do carry an all-in-one cleanser. What makes that very special? Let's say you do bring it at home and your client does bring it at home. The all-in-one cleanser is amazing because when you really are on the go and you're pressed for time, or you simply just want to have a one go-to product, the all-in-one cleanser is not only good for the hair and body, but it's also good for, like, per se, a beard wash. So if we do bring that product into the shop, what I like to use the all-in-one cleanser for is, let's say somebody does have a big beard. A lot of people don't know that you could actually cleanse the beard with a good product. All-in-one cleanser does that exactly. All we're doing is just prepping the hair so we could have an absolutely amazing experience throughout the whole process of the cut. And this is, we also have an award-winning beard oil, and of course, one of my favorite products, the Hair and Body Soap Cleansing Bar. The aroma on that thing is really good. Obviously, I wouldn't be using that in the shop, but this is an amazing product to offer to your clients to bring home, or even for yourself as well. Moving forward, today's cuts, we're going to be doing a textured tapered haircut. But before we go ahead and do so, today we're going to be doing an amazing giveaway with our Shiny kits. All right, we're giving away 2 of these. All you guys got to simply do is put your name in the chat box. That's it. My team will go ahead and take care of that, and we'll choose 2 winners for you guys to take home one of these bad boys, okay? Now what's included is you're gonna get a statement grooming spray from Nomad Signature Collection, a statement shampoo from the Care line, a statement wax powder from Sophie Staples line, and one of my favorites from my own line, the Shine Face, and of course, that cleansing bar. So all you gotta do is put your full name in the chat box, and you have a chance to win one of 2 of these Shiny kits. So moving forward, the good stuff. Guys, it's been a minute since I actually educated live online for you guys. Obviously, you guys know I got the academy here in downtown LA. And we haven't been running too many classes simply for the fact because we've been obviously in the pandemic. So to be finally educating in front of you guys and giving you guys this free education, I'm super excited to be here with us here in our HQ in Culver City. First thing I want to go ahead and walk through is how I got to this current shape. As you can tell, my model's hair is a dark, coarse, and dense texture. When it comes to things like that, there's certain ways that we have to approach the hair. Strong, heavy lines are going to show very much so throughout the cut. All right. So what we want to do is as we use that to our advantage. By doing so, we're able to get really a strong silhouette and frame around the haircut, okay? I went ahead and cut this wet. And I just go ahead and start pulling on the hair and subdividing the hair so I can show you the shape that we did place in the hair, okay? Let's go ahead and focus on the crown first. Go ahead and spin a little bit, bro. As always, when I'm having haircuts, especially that are pushing forward, I like to really focus on the crown. Why is that the most important? For me, it's really important simply for the fact that this area tends to jump a lot if you bring it too short, all right? Why do we need to cut around that shape to make it flow nice and clean? We want this to look good, not only styled and exaggerated, but also natural and effortless. The only way we're gonna be able to do so is keeping in mind certain factors like this. Cutting with the cowlick or the crown will allow us to have an obedient hairstyle that will flow nice and clean, not only in the barbershop and salon, but also for our clients as well. All right? So the shape I went ahead and put back here, as you can tell, it goes from short to long into the center. I brought it into a triangular shape, having my subsections start from the side and pulling everything over, okay, from the crown though. Over directing the length out and through, okay? We did the same thing on the other side. And once we got over here to our side, we went ahead and started to build up our wave line. What I went ahead and done is, same thing, I would use another triangular shape. This triangular shape went ahead and filled in the roundness of my model's head here, okay? We could have went square. A square shape would give us a nice box, but I wanted something a bit more stylized and exaggerated, so we brought it triangular. As you can tell here, that shape starts to build in. Same thing, triangular down, subdivide, and over direct to our wave line, all the way through, okay? On the top of the head, what I went ahead and did, Mohawk parting, came all the way square, okay? All the way until I ran out of hair. And what I went ahead is brought every subsection after that to that center profile line, okay? Thus causing us to build a nice clean square shape here, okay? Rather than going traditionally round, as we see a lot, we went ahead and built a square shape here, a triangular shape here, and a triangular shape in the back of his head. Now for his fringe, what I went ahead and did was set in my line by simply subsectioning down this way and literally cutting blunt and over directing the hair until I ran out of hair. Reason why I really like that, reason why I do it like that is so I can keep as much fullness and density in this fringe. I don't want this fringe to jump. If I go any shorter on this fringe, his line will definitely start to pop out, okay? He does have a little bit of lightening in his hair, an old color, so there's a little bit of breakage down here. So I bear that in mind. If I went too short, his hair would literally go straight out. It's not like that with everybody, but definitely when you're dealing with dark, coarse, thick hair, it tends to, as you go short, it tends to jump a bit more, all right? And on the sides, I went in with my clipper, 1.5, all the way around. And just give it a nice, clean, tapered clipper cut. And all the way from here, I just went ahead and went from 2 to 1.5, and then just right at the bottom of 1. So what we're going to go ahead and do is pre-blow dry this, and I'm going to show you guys a bit of refinement. I'm going to use my vet brush. And I always start on the crown. I follow the exact same procedure as I cut wet, as I continue to style as well with my blow dry. So I started in the back. I'm gonna go ahead and blow dry, flat wrap into the crown, then focus on the sides, then the top into the apex into his fringe, okay? What I wanna do is, I wanna dry this hair out into a polish. So by doing so, we're gonna go ahead and blow dry past dry, okay? I'm running this on medium heat, high speed. And as I flat wrap, I'm going to go every direction. By doing so, we're going to go ahead and make sure we get all the moisture out until we get a nice polish on the hair. Go forward, diagonally, to the right, to the left. Taking all that moisture out until we get past dry into a nice polish.
Everything is looking good. By the way, guys, this is Sophie Stay Gold, also here in the studio. If you guys have any questions, I will be reading through the comments and making sure your question gets answered.
Brought to you by Stay Gold Productions. I'm a lucky guy. I was able to book Sophie with me today. Alright guys, so when we blow dry, even when we're trying to blow dry to a polish, one of the biggest errors I see in styling is simply for the fact that people don't commit to a full blow dry and polish. What I mean by that is sometimes they'll leave the hair considerably still wet in certain areas, while some areas of the hair still is already fully dry. Whether it be cutting or styling, you either want to choose to be having the hair fully saturated and wet, or fully dry and polished. Okay, when you're using both, you're essentially it's counterproductive to the whole process, and you get a lot of unevenness in your styling. All right. What I like to say, when you're cutting wet, you're cutting for an end result. When you're cutting dry, you're cutting for instant results. Okay. So I'm gonna go ahead and take my dry cutting shear. We're gonna go ahead and do a little bit of refinement. By doing so, especially with dense hair like this, we get to break up the harsh, blunt lines we put in our wet cutting, and also we're able to soften up some of the density as well, without having to go in with, like, per se, a texturizer or a debulker, okay? Again, focusing on the crown, get down with it. So I'm gonna go ahead and groom with my fine tooth side into my wide tooth side. Go ahead and groom that hair. See those blunt lines right there? We're gonna go ahead and start texturizing now, okay? Or debulking. I'm gonna go ahead and attack it at a 90. By cutting at a 90, I'm just removing weight. If I want some noticeable texture, I'll go ahead and cut possibly, let's say, at a 45. Get a bit more chunky texture. Okay? Can you use a debulker, a texturizer, finisher like that? Yes, of course. Nothing wrong with it. But I prefer using a dry finisher per se like this. I feel like I have a bit more control. Okay? Again, you get to see that triangular shape pop up right there. Away for you guys. Go shout out Sophie one time, man. This camera looks great. At least from my angle, it looks good.
Really good.
Miguel's on too.
Now I just Miguelito. Shout out to our other co-creator, Miguel, tuning in all the way from the UK. Sending you guys love all the way from California. That's what we like to call California love. All right, so now I went ahead and start to soften up these harsh lines in the crown. Okay, I'm going to start to work to my sides. The dry cut game is definitely more of a visual experience. Okay, if you're building visual knowledge, and also what I like to call like that stylist or barber eye, okay? Yes, it's structured, but it's very much so, it's kind of like adding your signature piece. There's no true formula to follow, rather than just in technical aspects. But what we're doing is just using our visual eye to see where we need to debulk, where do we lose some weight, so forth and so forth. So I'm moving into my triangular shape on the side. Debulk. Another reason why I think it's super important to go back in and do refinement or cut dry like this is because this will allow the haircut to actually grow a bit more clean and natural. If you have all these harsh lines, once the hair starts to grow, those lines are going to even show even more so. Okay, by debulking it like this or adding a bit more texture like this, we're truly able to have something flow nice and clean. I want a haircut and a hairstyle that looks good not only when they're in a professional chair and or salon or barbershop, but for something that they could bring home with, that they can actually style and make look good as well. And once we get to the actual styling products, I'll talk about the importance of why it's super important to provide this type of product knowledge for our clients, okay? Yes, we are artists, but we are also professionals that our clients are looking guidance from, okay? It's one thing to let our clients look good leaving the barbershop, but you want them to be able to do so as well when they're at home. And it comes from actually providing that type of product knowledge and styling knowledge for them. Letting them understand their hair. Now I'm going horizontal. Coming in, just breaking up some of these harsh lines we have in here. I mean, to be quite honest with you, his hair was already considerably texturized as is, so I can tell where his old texture is. So what I'm doing is I'm just working around that and just taking away weight from areas I think needs to be removed from. Whatever just the harsh lines are. I should have wore a white shirt so you guys could see this. But when do I ever do that?
It's not your color.
No. I knew I should have brought a blonde. I'm just kidding. So, do you have any cool little questions out there that you want to ask?
Yes. What is one of your favorite layering of products?
One of my favorite layering or cocktails I like to use, and this just goes back from my days doing a lot of traditional cutting, is I love adding a primer to the hair with a pre-blow dry, per se with like shaving and grooming spray, and then coming in with a high shine, whether it's shine paste, fiber pomade, or our classic pomade, any of those, but setting it up with the grooming spray actually adds a little bit of what I like to call 2-day-old grit, without the hair actually having to be 2-day-old dirty. Another reason why that's important is because if you do shampoo and condition your hair, the hair itself is going to be quite sleek, right? Because it's clean. Some of these textured haircuts, or even like styles that have that you see have a bit more volume, you want it to look as if it grew out or styled like that like after a few days. But we're not going to be able to do so if we don't add a little bit of something into the hair to give them that extra grittiness. Okay. I'm going to show you a few more alternatives, just how that works as well. Today I won't be using grooming spray. I'm going to show you some other cool methods that I like to use. One highlight I want to say about our grooming line is essentially that we have a big focus in not only in high performance, but in the cocktail ability between the whole product line all in all.
Okay, I got another question.
Cool.
Would you recommend showing the client how to naturally style the hair without product before the final look?
Yes, definitely. I'm all about versatility, and I believe it's added to the client experience when you're able to give them that type of knowledge. Not everybody wants to fix their hair all like ready to go with a bunch of products in the hair. Do I believe that you could use even though the most minimal product in like a very non-committed styling scenario? Of course, that's where something like a statement grooming spray comes along. Let's say even my shortest hair kind, even like a buzz cut, you know, something that's very special about Nomad's grooming spray is the smell. I love the smell. So even with a shortcut, to all my professional barbers and cosmos out there, if you really want to add to your service and add to your retail numbers, each and every client could get some type of hair product in their hair, even if it's a short buzz cut or clipper cut. That's where something like shaving grooming spray comes to play. You know, on top of the hair, holiday, or even like shine paste or classic pomade goes a long way as well. I'm pretty good with the texture on top, so what I'm going to go ahead and do now is, I know usually we see a lot of people, especially in the barbershop on the side, when they see this strong, drastic weight line. I like that, but I just want to soften up a little bit. Rather than going back in there with, per se, like a texturizer, I like to start with, I like to not start, but finish off this weight line by using my dry cutting scissor. Make sure the hair is nice and groomed to where we need it to lay. I'm gonna just work my way up with my Y2 side, and what I like to call dusting. Go past the weight line and just dust those ends off.
And also, you guys, there was another question that someone had asked is, how do we sign up to be a statement apprentice? Please stay connected with us. Look at the little tagline we have at the bottom. We have a lot of cool stuff coming up, so just make sure to follow the page.
Yeah, a lot of great things are coming, and we're super appreciative for all the continued support, especially the initial support when we did launch back in September. I know it was a bit shaky in regards to launching during the pandemic, but we really pushed for it. Just truly to be like a light within the darkness of all the chaotic stuff happening in the world, especially in the industry specific with all the opening and closing and quarantines and all this stuff. We really had an aim and goal to be able to bring some good news in a time where we were seeing just a lot of like bad news altogether, right? So super thankful for you guys supporting the brand, even just like showing love and reaching out on Instagram or social media, and more so to everybody that's actually trying out the products and giving us the effort to see what we're about. Again, this line has taken us, man, it's been at least like since 2017, we've been working on this. So to finally bring it to life and have you guys actually put it in your hands is something super special. We really, like, I know people say it all the time, but we did really have blood, sweat, and tears in this project, and we're gonna continue doing so. And once these borders open up and we figure out the situation with getting back out to the world, I definitely can't wait to see you guys in person and feel you guys' energy and share this amazing story that we're trying to tell through our product now. So I'm coming now with my trimmer. As you can tell here, I kind of gave a little stylized shape here. Even when it comes to like design work or like choosing how to have stylized shapes in general, everything has to be purposeful. I'm not just randomly thinking about, oh, I just want to disconnect this or connect this. I'm thinking about overall facial structure, skull structure, and things like that, right? So here, you have a nice, clean, curved outline, and we work the same line around the ear, and as we fall into the nape, it's actually, you can't really see it, but it's quite natural, just right at the bottom of the nape right here, okay? With a nice solid line here as we work into a little burst taper back here. Coming in. Do a little bit of refinement from my pre-cut earlier. And hopefully how it's reading to me is like, we have this triangular shape here. Can I get a clean towel, please? Thank you. So as we have this nice triangular shape here, these lines actually parallel that as well, bringing the attention to this triangular shape from top of the crown down to the O-bone, down to the nape. You have this nice, clean, stylized outline, both going inwards diagonally to create that sense of a triangular finish. We did the same thing all the way around. Just for good measure, we'll go ahead and round this off.
It's a nice trimmer you got there.
I know, shout out to the good people at Fabulous Pro for all the good innovations they've been doing. Man, I remember when Sophie first was telling me her experiences getting with Fabulous and all the efforts they've made to create better products for our industry. And we hope to also mirror the same thing over here at STMNT Grooming Biz. But definitely one of my favorite trimmers for sure. Not black and gold, but it'll do, you know? Maybe one day I'll get that one. I'll see. Cool. Amazing. What else would I like to do to this haircut? Me, I'm a perfectionist. I have an artist background. For anybody following me on Instagram, you see that I started got me back into my visual arts, and whether it be painting or anything like that. So hair is very similar to me in that regard. What I mean by that is a lot of the haircut is completed not in the beginning, not in the middle, but in the end. What I mean by that is all the way up until this point is considerably still a generic haircut. Now it's to really build a very unique, custom tailored haircut for our clients and for our clients' lifestyle. My model is actually in barber school. He's going to school here in Costa Mesa to go get his barbering license. So when I think about lifestyle and even choosing products, I gotta think about my clients' day-to-day and also their commitment factor on how they want to style their hair. Him being an aspiring barber and barber student, he considerably understands his tools, his products, and usually is outfitted with the right tools to be able to do so, aka a blow dryer, styling combs, styling brushes as well. So by doing so, I know I can show him a nice, cool, exaggerated, stylized cut, but at the same time, he knows by the way it's been cut, as you guys can tell, this hair being dry, it's gonna flow nice and clean, even if he doesn't want to exaggerate it. Okay. So what we're gonna go ahead and do is, again, as you guys see, I'm always constantly grooming my hair, combing the hair, and letting it fall naturally to see how it sits. The last thing you want to do is a super stylized look and style, send them home, and then once they wash their hair, it falls down and you see one piece going one way, one piece going the other way. It looked good when it was styled before they left the shop, but when they go home and they wash their hair and it falls all over the place, it puts them in the panic mode, you know? I openly admit there's definitely been times where in the past I've done that because I was just so in tune and trying to be an artist, and I disconnected from being a professional and a service to our clients. That's what I want to talk about now. It's like when it comes to styling, yes, you got to think about the purpose of that style today. Okay, today, yes, we're doing a class, so I'm gonna show you some exaggerated stuff. Let's say we're at a photo shoot or a session or a showcase, or maybe you're battling or you're doing, editorial or things like that. Those times, yeah, let's get as funky and as crazy, as avant-garde and as edgy as we want, right? But if we're behind the chair, we could do that, but plus also think about how it's gonna be livable for our client. Is this something they can attain? Because bear in mind, they don't have eyes on the top of their head, nor do they have eyes on the back of their head, nor do they have arms on their back to be able to style the way they do. Okay? So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm actually gonna go ahead and wet the hair a little bit. What I consider maybe like towel tap hair. When it comes to using our products, right? All our products are water soluble, okay? It easily washes out with using our shampoo, conditioner, and or all-in-one cleanser. But by understanding that how water solubility can actually affect the performance on the product is actually truly important. So what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to pop out my shine face, okay? Outfit in all black on black. Comes to a big surprise, I know. Oil wrap for sanitation and freshness. Just got my nails, sorry guys. 1 second here. All right, we'll pop this new one open. Smells amazing. Put that on your cream cheese bagel. I'm kidding. All right, so let me talk a little bit about specifics on characteristics about Shine Face. The reason why I created Shine Face is essentially this product really represents my 18 plus years of cutting hair and being a barber. What I mean by that is I started off as an urban barber, right, working in shops back home in the Bay Area, and I was walking as fast, going through it. All the products we ever used were just like gel, and maybe a little bit of pomade. And then when I came to LA, I was blessed with the opportunity to work with a lot of traditional barbers and travel and showcase work as a traditional barber. So I really understood the world of using a pomade, right? A lot of pomades were back in the day not water soluble. You know, pomades we have to use dish soap or things like that to wash out the hair. And then moving forward in the most recent years, I really dove into technical cutting, Euro styling, avant-garde and editorial looks, and a lot of inspiration from learning from the stylist world and women's cutting as well, and applying it to men's cutting. This product literally embodies that all in one. It's a shine paste, yes, the word shine, but it's a very, what's the word I'm looking for? Understated shine with a buildable hold that you could use within the whole arm. All right, so what I'm gonna go ahead and do is take just like a dime size, case test it. All right, good to go. Not expired. I'm just gonna put it in my palm. I'm just gonna go ahead and emulsify it in my hand. All right. And what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna take my product and push from my palm into my fingertips. And what I'm gonna go ahead and do is break it from one side to the other, one side to the other, one side to the other, just like that. All right, and whatever's left on my hands, I'm just gonna go ahead and just push it through the hair like this. And I'm actually using this product alternatively from the Grooming Spray as my pre-blow dry. I'm actually gonna start off with no nozzle and blow dry from the crown. Put my finger there. This will allow the hair to dry naturally with the product in the hair around the crown. Okay? Now I'm gonna go ahead and put my attachment on. Same thing, using my vet brush, flat wrap. Each way. As you guys can tell, if you hear the way I go through my process, a lot of steps I think is quite repetitive. Okay? That means I'm following uniformity in my procedure. This allows me to stay on the road to a very purposeful and strategic finish. Okay? I'm literally following my roadmap. Start at the crown, work to the sides, then into the top of the head, apex, into the fringe. I cut like that, I refine like that, and now I'm pre-blow drying and styling like that. As you can tell now, you can start to see a little bit of luster in the hair as the product starts to find its way into the hair. And as you can still see, I'm not adding no volume yet. It's all definitely the details. Using my hand to feel the moisture. Okay? And then what that has done is now, like I said, with the grooming spray, rather than adding that 2-day-old grip with the grooming spray, I'm adding a little bit of hold and luster, natural luster to the hair using my shine paste. And this standout product is from Stay Gold herself. So come here real quick. Say hi. You guys know so.
What's up, guys? I hope you guys are enjoying this little production we got going on. It's looking real good. Super appreciate you, Soph. But yeah, this is Sophie's spray powder. I know she worked super hard on this one, and it honestly it took a while for me to get used to it. But honestly, it's one of my go-to products now, especially for textured haircuts. And we're in the lab all together creating these products. And one of my favorite things about working with Sophie and Nomad is the simple fact that these guys are relentless in making sure that we deliver an outstanding product line. I don't just say that as the co-creator, but I say that as a person who's using this stuff. Just as much as I was committed to make sure like how we wanted it, it came out to how we wanted it. These guys were right there with me, and we all backed each other in that regard. So again, spray powder. Ooh, one.
Where, oh, there it is. You got it. So I'm gonna just come in, traditionally, whether it's men's cuts, longer hair, whatever, this could be used as a root lift. So I'm gonna use it conserving that same way, but also just to give you a little bit more exaggerated texture. So I'm gonna start from the back. I work my way forward, so sectioning through. Not too much. And what I love about this product, somebody was talking about like, how do you provide a client with more like effortless hairstyles? This is the way to do so. This product kind of adds that effortless texture to the hair that many of our clients are looking for. It's in the hair now. All I'm gonna do is literally use one of the best styling tools that you can use besides your products is these, your hands. Okay, I'm gonna use my hand, make it into a claw like this. We're just gonna go ahead and shake it through. I'm gonna see this texture just visually come alive. Now you get to really see that exaggerated triangular shape we have on the sides here. Twisting it in my hands.
We got a quick question, Jules, while you're on this topic.
Awesome.
What would you use the spray powder for versus the wax powder?
Okay, so definitely two totally different attributes in the way it finishes and the way it performs. The wax powder actually is a very, very unique product that I think Sophie did an amazing job with, simply for the fact that this wax product is literally that. With a little bit of water, that product activates to act just like a wax altogether, which adds like the most minimal luster to the hair as well. Now with the spray powder, it's definitely a bit more of a matte finish, okay? Can you use both together? I absolutely think so. I'll go in with like the spray powder and then finish off maybe with the wax on top. Like I said, just to piece it out. I can come in here with the wax and do the same thing. But in regards to its actual performance and finish, again, spray powder is a bit more matte, while the wax powder has a bit more understated shine as well. Okay, show you guys the back of this crown. See this? And that's why it's super important to cut with purposeful techniques. Again, cutting around and understanding how the crown works. This would have happened as effortlessly if I didn't cut with being obedient to how the crown lays. Okay? I could actually come in here with a little bit of a shine face. Just use a little bit. I'm not going to emulsify all the way to my hand. I'm just going to put it on the tips of my fingers. We'll emulsify until we get a nice soft sheen. Too much, so I take off some off my nails. And I'm just going to use these to really make some pieces stand up. Bring some attention to what I like to call accent pieces. Super excited to be finally rolling back into education. I can't wait till we actually start to do it in person with you all, whether it's here in Los Angeles at our headquarters or somewhere else around America or around the world. I know we started launching in certain areas in around the globe, and it's super exciting to think that, wow. I started cutting hair in the kitchen. Cutting my dad's hair, my grandfather's hair, and my little brother's hair, and my own hair. And this was back in the Bay Area in South San Francisco. And to think now that, I created an amazing product line with some two notable, amazing barbers that I look up to. And not only is it here in America, but so far we've launched in Dubai and the Netherlands and just to see what these guys are creating out there is you know, it's a dream that I've never thought would have even been fabricated at all. So we move forward. All I'm doing is really just coming in and refining this. Again, as an artist, I could continue doing this. He has this cool accent piece right here. So what I'm gonna do with that is I wanna really bring a little bit more attention to that. So I'm gonna go ahead and separate some of this hair so we can let that bad boy pop out. Bring it over the black using the contrast and the color to make it stand out. I can see the shade come alive. Any more questions you guys may have? Before I,
Someone mentioned, throw some Renji devil horns in.
old school shit. Ooh, old school stuff. Oh, sorry. You know what I mean. All right, so we're gonna go in with the razor. Just dry shade this line in. It wouldn't be a full barbering experience if I didn't pull out the razor. Really define my outline here. Man, one of the traditionally favorite tools I use is definitely a razor. It's something I think as we start to transition into being not only barbers and not only stylists, but becoming stylists or becoming barber stylists, where it's a mix of both. I think the art form of understanding how to use the razor is extremely important. And now I'm going to detail this design line underneath.
Don't you love that sound? That's like one of my favorite sounds with barbering, is the razor.
Oh yeah,
Right along.
dry shave razor?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, most definitely. We're gonna come out with a statement ASMR soon. Alright, we'll just go ahead and detail that. And since we're just gonna go ahead and finish off with a very, I'm not gonna say this a lot, but another very unique product within our line. This is a statement grooming goods, Julius Cvesar collection, Hairspray. The technology in this is something that I think is very special, especially for guys and girls that are on the go, due to the fact that it's compact size and high performance, okay? You know, for me, as a traveling barber and educator and session stylist, and whether I'm working on set, working on a new lookbook, or even, let's say, styling on the go or in the streets, this hairspray isn't this big tube that you carry around. It's small, compact, but at the same time, you don't lose performance. This thing literally pulls the same high performance as a regular can, with just the same amount within it as well, in a concentrated form. I did make this hairspray more so a session spray. What I mean by that, it starts off light and you can build upon it, okay? Again, why is that important? I don't want the hair to just immediately freeze. At the same time, also, I really didn't want that strong alcohol smell within the product. This thing smells amazing. Going back, whether you're putting just grooming spray or just a hairspray in there, it's something that you can finish off a certain amount of your clients with without having to throw in or tack in a bunch of products into their hair. One more cool little trick before we get into some more details about the line. I'm just gonna go ahead and throw on the diffuser and just right on the apex. You see how it's going away. I'm gonna go low speed, low heat. This works really well, especially if they have curls. But even with coarse hair like this, it's gonna give me a cool little extra texture to the hair. And now I'm getting with a full shot. Then you dry like that. All right. So this is a nice, clean, textured crop with a detailed fringe and clean taper all the way around, customized and made for my model's lifestyle.
I got a little question for you, Jules.
Mhm.
Are you guys looking to add more ammunition to your arsenal as far as the products you guys have?
You know what? No, of course, yeah. But definitely down the line is definitely in conversation. Obviously, we just launched, and we haven't even fully launched yet, so our focus is obviously on getting this foundational line, which I consider to be pretty complete. Yet we're always considering more innovations and products to add to our overall product line, of course. We are always open to suggestions as well, things that you guys might want to be able to see within the line. Any feedback is always great. Again, it's our first launch with the product line, so anything you guys can tell us about it or what you want to see, feel free to reach out to us, and we'll definitely take note of it when we're in those product development meetings. Okay, so what I want to talk about before I end this is a few things on where you can get the products at, and what retailers have, and how you guys can stay connected with us. And if you guys are just tuning in, make sure you put your name in the chat box for your chance to win a bunch of products, okay? All right, so as we end this session today, I just want to let you guys know where you could get these products at currently here in the US. For our licensed professionals, we have Cosmoprof, Amco, Life of Variety Salon and Supply, Beautycraft, and Paramount Beauty as well. Okay, and please stay connected with us at our socials via Instagram, Julius Cvesar, JuliusCvesar, Statement Grooming, and of course, don't forget about Nomad Barber and Stay Gold. You guys already know. Is it 31?
31.
31. Stay Gold 31. I was like, you guys know, shoot, you tell me now. But yeah, use the hashtags. You guys do get the products. Hashtag make your statement, hashtag STMNT statement. And of course, check out all the amazing education, product knowledge, videos, pictures, details, so forth and so forth. We built an amazing immersive site at www.statementgrooming.com. Make sure you guys don't sign out just yet, because we're going to be choosing the names live. Two live names for you guys. Three. We're going to go ahead and do three. Three of you guys are going to win the Statement Triangle Kits, which include the grooming spray, the shampoo, wax powder, shine paste, and hair and body cleansing bar for you guys to take home. We'll get that mailed out to you guys, all right?
Ready for the first one?
Yeah, let's do it.
Exciting.
Model, you choose. You can't choose yourself. The first winner is Gabe Morales. Congratulations, Gabe. Woo! All right. Second winner, Julius Cvesar. What?
Yeah.
Derek Liu. Derek Liu. All right. Last one. Sophie, stay gold. And the last winner is Camille Moore. Camille, congratulations.
Congrats.
It's crazy. All three of those names I've definitely seen at the academy or on other lives and stuff. So thank you guys for your continued support, tuning in. Hope you guys enjoyed today's session. There's more on the way. Hopefully we're gonna have Nomad come on one of these sessions. Of course, Sophie Stable will find her way back around in front of the camera, and at some point myself as well.
Thank you. And winners, please send an email to heather.carenza@henkel.com. You'll see it right there, right on the bottom of the video. Congratulations. We got one more question here real quick. All right. I've seen you use hairspray while you're blow drying in the past. Is this hairspray one that you could use while you're blow drying as well?
Yes, yes, of course. I mean, it's all with purpose, right? Like understanding how your products perform. I always bring up the concept, whether it's your haircutting tools or your hairstyling tools or hairstyling products. And the concept I bring up is like cars. You can have a Lamborghini, you can have a Mercedes AMG, but if you don't know how to drive it, then a car is just a car. It's the same with our products. You have to understand what you're putting into your hands and how they perform. Something like a hairspray, if I'm using it with the blow dryer while spraying, it's maybe something for like a more slick back or something that flows backwards, and I'm trying to maybe add a little bit of root lift, okay, in the front. If you don't want the front to stand up, it's some weightless styling. What I do is I'll blow dry the roots while the blow dry is going, and it'll add that sustainability and that foundation in the front while keeping the top volumized and weightless, okay? Because if you just go in and just spray it all over the place, that's gonna really add unnecessary weight that you work super hard to build in that volume. So I'll just spray it right on the root and that'll help act as like stilts to make the hair stand up. Okay? Any other questions? Any other questions? If not, I definitely just want to say thank you guys very much. From STMNT Grooming Goods to you guys, my name is Julius Cvesar. Special thank you to Sophie Stagel for producing and directing this live session today. To the whole STMNT internal team, shout out to my shooter today, Byron Ruiz, amazing barber at Auto Studio, and to my model who drove all the way up from Laguna Beach to be with us today. And hope to see you guys soon. Much love, peace, and don't forget to make your statement.